Just because every pure sport ATV has chopped off fenders and a solid rear axle doesn't mean every ATV with chopped off fenders and a solid rear axle is meant to slay sweet corners on a motocross track or jump 120-foot doubles. That's because not every ATV with a solid axle and tiny fenders is a pure sport ATV. There's a small subcategory of sport-style ATVs that are targeted far more towards trail riding than racing. Often they're older designs, less aggressive and less technical, but durable to a fault with decent enough performance to please even the most aggressive trail rider. One of the best examples of this type of ATV is absolutely Honda's TRX 400X, one of the industry's longest-standing sport ATVs and still the go-to bike for countless trail and dune riders worldwide. The 400X started its life as the 400EX. In its day, the 400EX was the highest performance four-stroke sport ATV you could buy. There was, and still is, endless aftermarket support for this vehicle that can transform a stock 400 into just about anything you can imagine. The secret to this ATV's illustrious lifespan can be summed up in a single word: simplicity. There's nothing overly fancy about this bike, technically speaking, yet it delivers on all the key aspects discerning trail riders value most. For starters, the 400X's counterbalanced 397cc air-cooled single-cylinder mill may not win any horsepower competitions, but its simple, no-frills design provides decent performance, easy maintenance, and nearly bulletproof reliability. The most exciting aspect of this motor is what Honda has termed the RFVC, or Radical 4-Valve Combustion Head Design. This is basically just a fancy way of saying it has 4 valves. But using the word radical makes it sound a lot more exciting, doesn't it? The 400X's chassis is equally as simple and durable as its motor. It features a cast aluminum swing arm out back mated to a fully adjustable Showa piggyback shock that provides a more than adequate 9.1 inches of travel. Up front, a basic dual A-arm design is damped by a set of preload adjustable aluminum body gas shocks and yields 8.2 inches of travel. Braking duties are handled by a set of dual hydraulic discs up front and a single hydraulic disc in the rear. In terms of its transmission, the 400X maintains its race-inspired heritage with a manual 5-speed transmission and heavy-duty ATV-specific clutch. On the other hand, electric start and reverse are both standard and lend themselves more towards the modern trail riding crowd. So just what does all of this add up to for you, the rider who will actually be putting miles on this thing? Simplicity, reliability, and performance always add up to endless fun. The only real complaints I have with the 400X come from my long history of riding sport-style ATVs on the trail. The thin seat foam can get pretty uncomfortable on a long ride. There's no storage on this ATV at all, not even a small waterproof compartment for your paperwork. And finally, no instrumentation means that this ATV cannot be ridden on public roads. In many places, ATVs are legal. Are these major issues? Not really. In all reality, they're pretty minor and can be resolved easily for minimal cost. Decent skid plates and tires, grippy foot pegs, and overall nice working switchgear round out a no-frills, business in the front, party in the back ATV. While it's true that this ATV has a very specific buyer, and while it's also true that there are better choices for just trail riding or just dune riding, Honda's TRX 400X brings its own mix of simple, reliable performance and versatility that make it truly one of a kind.